So, I bet you clicked on this video because you really want to get a rank 30 or a rank 35. But I know everyone's goal is to mainly achieve a rank 35. Well, this video features the best guide that you need in order to achieve any of those two ranks effectively and even in 3v3. So, without further ado, let's begin. Alright, so let's begin with the very first tip, and that is to do with your comp, or known as your brawler selections. What this refers to is the brawlers that you and your team pick before you load into a match. What you need to do is plan your push early, analyze your brawlers, and see which brawlers are potentially good for your designated mode and map that you want to play. For example, if you were to play the map Shooting Star, you could play the brawlers Angelo, Nani, and Grom, because Grom has a pretty good range as a thrower since his attacks split into 4 bombs, and those bombs have a pretty good range when they are split up. He is a good brawler because he can apply pressure on the enemy team, and his shots are hard to dodge at the same time. Nani is good because she has a very large range and can also have a go at the brawlers behind the walls and still be able to hit them. Her super can also deal a lot of damage with the autofocus star power as well. And finally, Angelo is good because you can charge up his attack to deal more damage. And plus, he can also travel over water as well as move very fast. Plus, he is able to use his super to poison enemies with his main attack. Another thing is, your team must have synergy, which ideally means that you and your teammates have to be good at their brawler, as well as making sure that the brawlers can work together. And you also have to make sure that your comp is prone to getting countered easily. So use meta brawlers if they are good for the map, or maybe use some balanced brawlers, or also known as comfort brawlers. Anyways, let's move on to the next tip, and that is regarding your playing style. Majority of players would have that sort of low-level playing style, which just involves a lot of risk and unplanned movement, so you wouldn't even know what you are doing. When you play matches, always make sure to plan your moves and have team synergy, so work together to win games basically. You need to consider factors such as lanes and planning your own movement. So, lanes are areas in which the map is divided into the left, middle, and right lane. When also choosing a brawler, consider what lane that they will be most efficient in. For example, a long-range sharpshooter might excel in a middle lane with open sight lines, while a tanky brawler will dominate a bushy sideline. In addition, with controlling a lane, this involves pushing back enemies and gaining control over them. Force them to stay back or retreat with constant attacks and map awareness. Use your brawler's range and abilities to prevent enemies from entering a specific area. By controlling a lane, you open up opportunities for your teammates to push other lanes. Now, with planning your movement, use the map's obstacles and bushes to your advantage for cover or for better attack positions. If your opponent has a strong counter on your lane, consider switching lanes or playing more passively. Make sure to also coordinate with your team, because if they need support in another lane, swap lanes to help them gain control. By mastering a good playing style, you are effectively increasing your win rate when playing games. Alrighty, so moving on to this next tip, and it is very important, and that is going to be to actually find teammates.
Because literally, you guys have no friends, you can't even look for teammates because you're horrible at the game.
Alright, I'm kidding. But when you actually try to look for teammates, if you are, for example, pushing a rank 30, find teammates that have experience in getting rank 30s, not someone that doesn't have a rank 30 or is close to getting one, because they aren't experienced with gaining rank 30s. For me, I just naturally find teammates as I am friends with a lot of people, naturally, and majority of them have experiences with even getting rank 35s. Okay, but still, regarding you lot, if you struggle to search for teammates, I strongly recommend you use Discord. because you are also able to join servers and find teammates that would want to play with you. I'll link a few of those servers in my description anyway. However, I highly make sure that you end up getting teammates that are experienced and also in your region. Even if they aren't in your region though and they are experienced, it'll be hard because of the delay, but still, they should be good teammates. If you can't use Discord, then join clubs inside of BrawlStars. There, you can find some experienced players and some pretty skilled looking teammates to try and help you with your pushes. Just make sure that they are in the same region as you. Another way is also by playing ranked and using the look for team feature. This way you can find teammates easily because getting teammates from that feature is very fast, especially if you play ranked. Keep in mind that you need to have a good rank in order to find better teammates. Make sure that if you get good teammates, try to build up your friend list so that they can help you again with your pushes. Alright, furthermore, this next tip is short, but it is important, and that is your map selection. I know most of you out there just play Brawl Ball and expect to push high ranks, but come on, show some love to the other modes out there. Like seriously. Usually in Brawl Ball, if you'd want to achieve rank 30s or 35s, it is the most difficult mode to push in as it is highly competitive. Besides, with the brawler you plan to push, you've got to take into account what maps that specific brawler can be viable in. Learn the map and your pros and cons of playing that brawler in those maps before you play. For example, with Miko in Knockout, Miko is pretty valuable when it comes to Knockout because he can utilize the walls to his advantage and alter enemy positions as well as gain control. On the downside, you pretty much have to play passive with him because those long range brawlers still have the ability to pick at him if his playstyle isn't right. Remember, if a certain map isn't catered towards the brawler that you'd want to push, then I'd suggest waiting for a better map or at least one that you could sort of play the brawler on as well, regardless. Alright, last but not least, this tip is going to pretty much help you, and that is dodging and shooting. To be honest, this is a no-brainer tip, as the higher the lobbies you play, the more diverse it is, because anyway, you'll be versing players that can predict basic movements. You yourself wouldn't want to keep a singular dodging pattern, because it is very predictable. With faster brawlers, it is however easier, as it is easier to dodge with them since they can move around faster. Also, it is much easier to dodge on open maps. With your dodging, you don't want to have a straight or a zigzag kind of looking dodge pattern, as they are easily predictable. Your movement should be unpredictable, and the pattern you hence create with that is just a long line of movement going in various directions and lengths. I can't even describe the shapes, which is basically changing your movement frequently. Finally, with aiming your attacks, there is a lot you can do. With sharpshooter brawlers, intentionally shoot away from them and then just aim your super directly at them afterwards, as they may just try to come back in the same direction you attacked in. Sometimes the players can also go back, so this tip can vary, but still, it will help you. Also, before you even shoot, hold out your main attack to look at your range. Always keep this in mind, because you wouldn't normally be able to tell what your range is before you shoot someone and might end up wasting your ammo, or you can end up missing as well. So use that pre-aim radius to identify where that brawler is. I'm not going to go into further detail about dodging and shooting, but if you would like to see a dodging and shooting guide, let me know in the comments below. Anyways, hope you enjoyed today's video. Be sure to let me know if this will help you when you try to achieve rank 30s and 35s. Comment down below what type of videos you want me to see do next. Also, consider liking and subscribing. And see you later, guys. Bye.